Aloha, welcome to the show. Here are a few steps for America. First of all, start with yourself. Be with a mate who you would want to raise your children. Somebody who would be your #1 fan. And this is directed towards men or women, basically the provider. The person who's going to depend on the other to raise children, because children and a sense of taking care of each other, and not taking care of, I'm not talking about people who can't enjoy their desires, like crippled people, or taking care of dogs, or people who are not mentally stable, or they're poorly educated. You can offer them education and food, but to really take care of somebody, you have to have a sense of connectivity. And now we're back to steps for America. Now, what's going to happen is religion has to change before government, because, for example, you have people who are strongly religious. I think there are a lot of people who are quote-unquote Christians in the military, and let's be realistic here. In Christianity, there's a sense of Christians are better than others, and that really, it's like a destructive. There's fear involved in that religion. So once that's successfully managed, and there's a new religion, new lifestyle, new diet, then you can think of other things, such as soldiers. Their job is not to be tough guys. Maybe it is sometimes, but usually it's to use technology you need and be smart when managing criminals. And how many weapons do you need to deal with criminals? You don't need tanks, and well, you may need tanks, but you don't need aircraft, and you don't need drones and robots and big ships and fighter jets and submarines. There are certain things that you just need: armored trucks with machine guns, with robotic machine guns on top of them. The goal is to not expose people to harm, and try to use non-lethal means as well, such as rubber bullets and tear gas and different things to create a solution. And often it can be just cutting off the power supply to some bad guys, and then offering them some food, trying to promulgate peace and encourage it. Something we got to do, people in America and elsewhere. If you want others to discontinue nuclear arms and nuclear manufacturing, create a special joint base for the whole world, designated, and monitored by every country, where all warheads are stored, so that nobody can use them anymore. And the military attacking the Taliban, it makes the United States look bad, because the Taliban destroy heroin poppy production in Afghanistan. Also, feeling free is a result of time and place, and of course doing the light work. What do I mean by that? I mean, to feel free is not about being better. It's about having a balance of, sometimes you have abundance and sometimes you have simplicity. Sometimes you have time to work and sometimes to play. But how do you arrange it all? Another thought: imagine the person that you're attracted to is healthy and wealthy. Would you still like them? you know, if they had all their abundance, because when people are poor, they can have a tendency to want to help each other out with a relationship, but I think it's best to come from, if they had everything they wanted, then what would they choose? And would they choose the same hobbies and goals and food as each other? Remember to use earplugs, clear safety glasses, a helmet, and preferably a helmet with the shell. The plastic shell is not affixed to the. Here, let me show you. Okay, you see this? The shell it's like painted on this, so when an object hits contact with it, it goes bam like that, and the styrofoam absorbs it a little bit. Instead of it hitting, it's like it's hitting a hard shell, but it kind of makes a dent in the styrofoam. That might be useful to kind of absorbs more of the damage. Also, something like a mouth guard can be useful because it helps to prevent against concussions. You can get these at Walmart. Okay, so the only time that I'm concerned is when I think people don't think the highest of me, but I'm the one doing the thinking, you know? Alright, anything else? Last but not least, you know, there's this, instead of politicians, quote unquote, we're going to have the elected vote counter. And this person, you know, what they're going to do is, their job is to be, and even the president, he'll be a chief vote counter. And he's not paid to do this. This is his side job. You know, we don't want to create corruption in government. We just want to have people who are elected by the people to serve the people. And the only way to do that is to make sure there's no money involved. You don't get paid to be a politician. You just do it as an extra, you know, community, community outreach, or community, how do you say this? Community, participation. Alright, so keep it up. Good to see you. Aloha.